Welcome to Star Wars Games Update, a brand new series on this channel which will be giving you the latest scoop on everything gaming related in a galaxy far, far away. Firstly, because this is the first episode in a new series, I just want to say this is something I've definitely wanted to do for a long time now. Basically a place where I can talk all Star Wars games in general rather than only something specific, like I did for the Battlefront or Squadron update videos. So, going forward, this is the plan I intend on taking with for coverage on Star Wars games. As before, I didn't have any way of doing that without making an entire new series dedicated to one game. Also, keep in mind that a lot of the branding graphics for this series probably won't be permanent and may likely change over time. For now, it is what it is, and seeing as I'm not a graphics designer nor a big YouTuber who gets other people to make stuff for them, then, well, this will just have to do for the time being. And with that out of the way, let's start this series off with a weekly roundup going over all of the latest and greatest in Star Wars gaming that occurred this week. Starting things off, we definitely can't talk gaming news without acknowledging the recent bombshell with the LEGO Skywalker Saga. The game, which was expected to be the ultimate LEGO adaptation for the Star Wars movies, had originally been set to arrive this spring for consoles and PC. Alas, unfortunately, developer TT Games earlier this week announced via Twitter that the game hit a major snafu during development and would need to be delayed to a later date. And to say that this news is disappointing would be a huge understatement, considering the amount of fans that were very much looking forward to this title alone, especially during this time where we've got a bit of a lull when it comes to new Star Wars games coming out. On the other hand, I honestly can't say that this announcement came as a huge surprise, at least to me. Because when you think about it, it was kinda to be expected. TT Games have been pretty much radio silent on it for a good portion of 2020 and as well now in 2021. Also, considering there was a major lack in marketing for this game too, then, well, what can I say? That was never a good sign. That said, a lot of other games are also being delayed too due to the pandemic, so this isn't by any means unique to the LEGO Skywalker Saga. And let's be real too, just seeing the results of some games which were rushed out to be released lately, like Cyberpunk 2077 or Marvel's Avengers before it, then yeah. I say let LEGO Skywalker Saga spend some more time in the oven, so when we do finally get it, then it will be a game we'll all enjoy on the first playthrough and not have anything ruin our experience. Which surely would be the case if TT Games had rushed it out. It's gonna come out when it's gonna be ready, and I'm sure it's gonna be well worth the wait. Also, what happened this week was the release of the Republic Commando port for the Switch and PlayStation 4. A fan favorite by many, this Star Wars classic is now available for modern consoles, and while it unfortunately is missing its multiplayer component, the single-player campaign is just as good like it was on day one. Without a doubt, a great purchase for anyone looking to scratch their Star Wars gaming itch, especially if they've never played it before. Also, those with a PS5, developer Aspyr Media as well released an update that adds 4K support among other improvements like shader rendering and better audio quality. So if you've got a PS5, then it's safe to say it's right now without a doubt the absolute best way to experience Republic Commando. And for those still holding off on buying, then Limited Run Games announced recently that starting April 16, you'll be able to pre-order the collector's edition of the game, like a physical copy featuring an old school game box, a steel book, a reversible poster, a thermal detonator pin, and among many other physical goodies, all for $89.99 USD. A great opportunity for all those collectors out there. And speaking about goodies, what can be better than getting them for free? Well, thanks to the game's release, Aspyr is now giving out PlayStation 4 themes and avatars all for free, and not only for Republic Commando, but also Pod Racer 2. And the process to get all this stuff is pretty simple too. Just visit aspyr.com/Star Wars, hit register in the main menus, and then follow their prompts. Best of all, you don't even need to own any of these games to claim these either, so if you're interested in grabbing some free Star Wars stuff for your PS4, then this is definitely it. For mobile gamers, Galaxy of Heroes announced that Hunter and the Bad Batch, also known as Clone Force 99 as a whole, will be coming to the game. But as things are looking like right now, at least, they may or may not exclude Echo. Which would certainly be a strange move considering he's going to be in the upcoming Bad Batch series and all, but we're just gonna have to see on that one. That said, a full announcement of the other members of the squad coming to the game should be expected on April 15 and then May 4th. As for Hunter, he's gonna be categorized as an attacker, leader, Bad Batch, clone trooper, and Galactic Republic. Following him, the second Bad Batch member that was also announced recently is Tech, who's categorized exactly like Hunter but instead as light side and support. Highlights for him include support for clone trooper allies, tagging enemies with target lock, using translation to buff his allies, and can clear all debuffs on allies as well as stun enemies too. In other news, Squadrons has seen a busy week as well, with new content added into the game along with a balancing update. Content-wise, it's all new cosmetics exclusively for the New Republic, with another Rebel helmet added in, and even a Purrgil King dashboard hologram, which, yeah, space whales are officially in Squadrons. Well, in your cockpit at least. It should also be noted that these are some of the very last cosmetic items coming into the game, as these small content drops are expected to be ending by May 4th. However, new cosmetics will still show up in the game via Operations. Which, while we're on that note, Operation 4 also kicked off this week, with the award for that being a helmet for the Empire called the Imperial Knight. Pretty dang sweet if you're into black and red. Like always, you can claim this reward by completing 20 daily challenges in the Operations menu. And last but not least is the balancing patch that came out, which actually was originally planned for last week but was delayed to this week instead. In this patch, we see a couple of buffs made toward the Y and B wing. Meanwhile, the TIE Defender got quite a bit of nerfs made to it. Most notably to its boost charge rate and ammo count decrease to several different missile options. So all in all, more steps are being done by Motive in the right direction. But at the same time, I don't think this is quite enough, especially since Motive plans to finish support by May the 4th. So I'm thinking the final balancing update will have to be quite a bit more substantial than this to really please Squadrons players. Because as things stand right now, the Defender is still incredibly strong, while the B-Wing isn't of much use. Not to mention, there's also still the conversation left regarding boost gaps, which still have yet to see Motive make any response toward it, and I can't imagine players are thrilled about that either, with support coming to an end soon. Even then, that will require a client-side patch rather than this, which is simply an update made server-side. So we'll see how things end off there with a final balancing update, and hopefully there will actually be one so support for Squadrons can end on a positive note. And that will do it for this Star Wars Games update. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share it, and subscribe to the channel to not only support it, but to keep up with Star Wars news, gaming, and canon lore released every week. And consider following me on Twitter and Facebook to never miss out on the latest Star Wars content. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.